In this video, I will talk about feeding and nutrition. First, I will go over our digestive system. Second, I will talk about the nutrition steps taken in the NICU. Third, I will talk about nutrition monitoring. These boxes represent our digestive system. When we eat or drink, it enters into our mouth, down our food pipe, into our stomach, and into our intestines. The intestines are like tubes, which contract and move to push food through our digestive system. A premature baby cannot breast or bottle feed right after birth because the baby has not developed the ability to do all of the actions that go into feeding by mouth. To breast or bottle feed, it requires 3 main actions. These skills are developed when the baby is 34 to 36 weeks. First, the baby needs to know how to suck. Second, the baby needs to know how to swallow. And finally, the baby also needs to breathe at the same time. So a preemie does not know right away how to do or coordinate all of the actions to feed from a breast or bottle until they are 34 to 36 weeks. It is important to do all of these actions the right way so food will not go down the wrong pipe. There are certain steps to feeding in the NICU. This line represents the baby's time in the NICU, from birth to going home. After birth, the first step for the preemie involves artificial nutrition, or protein, fat, sugar, water, and minerals that are given directly to the baby by IV. This nutrition is called total parenteral nutrition, or TPN. TPN is given into the baby's blood by IV continuously throughout the day. Once the baby is stable and ready to receive breast milk or formula, the second step to try is gavage feeding. Gavage feeding is used when the baby is not ready to feed by mouth, but feeding can now involve the baby's digestive system. A tube is placed into the baby's nose or mouth, which goes into the baby's stomach. This tube is called a nasogastric or NG tube. At this time, a pacifier can be given when the baby receives breast milk or formula through the NG tube, so the baby can associate feeding with sucking. By giving the baby a pacifier, the baby can practice the skills needed to take food by mouth. When the baby is mature enough and can coordinate all of the actions to take food by mouth, sucking, swallowing, and breathing, nutrition can be given by breast or bottle. When the baby can feed by mouth and on demand, this usually means the baby is close to going home. Nutrition monitoring. The general plan for feedings in the NICU is to start the feedings at a small amount and slowly increase the amount every day. In babies born very prematurely, it may take a few weeks to receive full feeds. The NICU team will monitor how much nutrition the baby takes in and the baby's weekly weight gain. To review, babies born prematurely also have a premature digestive system and do not know how to take food by mouth. There are 3 steps to feeding in the NICU. The baby needs to mature in order to advance to the next step. As you can see, I've drawn the colors with some overlap. The baby will slowly be introduced to the next step. The line represents the baby's time in the NICU, from birth until going home. The first step is to give the baby artificial nutrition, or total parenteral nutrition. TPN is given directly into the baby's blood by IV. All of the needed nutrients travel to the body through the blood. When the baby is stable and ready to use his or her digestive system, the second step is to give the baby nutrition through placing a tube in the mouth or nose, which then goes to the stomach. This is called a nasogastric or NG tube. Once the baby has practiced using a pacifier to coordinate the actions needed to feed by mouth, the baby can breast or bottle feed. The baby needs to have the ability to suck, swallow, and breathe at the same time when feeding by mouth. These skills are developed when the baby is 34 to 36 weeks. When the baby can feed by mouth and on demand, this usually means the baby is close to going home. The general plan for feedings are to start small and slowly increase the amount. Eventually, the baby will receive full feeds. The NICU team will monitor the baby's nutrition intake and weight gain to make sure the baby receives enough nutrition. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you learned more about feeding and nutrition in the NICU.